Signing day, and my goodness, what a day for Kim Mulkey and the LSU women's basketball program, the number one class in the country. And Coach Mulkey, good enough to join us for a couple of minutes here. Coach, always our pleasure. How are you?
I'm doing great. When you can sign a pretty good class, you're having a good day. We had a wonderful practice a while ago, and so now I'll prop my feet up and see what I can get into at the house.
I want to talk about the four outstanding players you signed, but I want to ask you, and I don't mean this to any way be like a pandering question or anything, but I think people are interested. You have been so good at this for so long, meaning recruiting. Like, what makes you so good at this part of the job?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to take credit for that because you have to understand my personality and the way I have things arranged in the office. You have coaches in all sports at the collegiate level that have their strengths and weaknesses. And quite honestly, I don't know that recruiting is one of my strengths. It is when I can deal with parents. It is when I can deal with grandparents. I'm probably very, very bad when I have to deal with summer league ball coaches or AAU coaches. And I don't know if that's because I'm a parent and a grandparent and I can just relate. But I have to give credit to my coaches. That's their main job, is to do the legwork. I remember for 15 years I did the legwork at Louisiana Tech and then used me to come in and close the deal. But those guys that are on my staff, they work it every day. They're on the phones. They're texting. They're doing all these things to develop relationships. And then they tell me when I need to call or when I need to text. And then when I get those families one-on-one, I hope that they would tell you they appreciate my honesty. I tell them who I am. I tell them this is how I coach. Come watch practice. There are no secrets with me. I'll graduate your daughter is the only thing I can promise you. I can't promise you anything else. Now, NIL stuff, all that stuff, you learn about through the athletic department, but I will graduate your kid, and I'll try to make her the best player I can.
Well, you got a lot of talent in this class as well, Coach. 4 players, all in the top 25 in the country, 3 of them 5 stars, depending on what service you look at. You went very heavy also in the backcourt, 3 guards. If we could, let's talk about each of them. We'll start with Divine Bourrage, who you get out of Davenport, Iowa. By the way, what led you to Davenport, Iowa there to find Divine Bourrage?
Well, it wasn't just because it was Iowa. It was when you watch young people play in the summers, something attracts you to their style of play. And I just thought Divine could play any of the perimeter positions. She played mostly point guard when we watched her play. She's just one of those that grew on you. And as I watched her play and I talked to her and her mother, it became very evident that they keep up with LSU women's basketball and the players that I've had since I've been here. And she's just a point guard, good size, but I could push her over to the off guard if I needed to.
Let's talk about each one. We can go individually, and let's talk about Bella Hines next, another 5'10" guard that you get out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Maybe same question there, Coach. What did you like about Bella?
Well, first of all, Bella's family, they're baseball junkies, so I think Alex Bregman put out a little tweet today. Somebody sent it to me, and of course, they're proud of Alex being from that area. But Bella can shoot the ball, and Bella will do dirty work. She'll take the charges. She'll guard the best player on the opposing team, but she can flat out shoot the ball. And she told me when we recruited her, and her mother and dad were here and her brothers, and she said, Coach, I wanted to play for you when you were at Baylor, and that was my goal in life, was to someday play for you. And when you moved to LSU, it's just a dream. And so LSU was not on her radar until my staff and I, came here, and I just watched her play on what's called Cy-Fair. It means nothing to you guys, but Cy-Fair is a EYBL team out of the Houston area, sure. And they won everything this year and everything that they played, and so she knows what winning is about. Grace Knox is a young lady out of California, and she is one of those kind of like Morrow. You would say she's an undersized post player, but she's a rebounding machine. She can score the ball. She's a hard person to try to defend because she can take you off the dribble. She can face up and shoot it. And we beat some pretty good teams to get her, as we did all of them. Mm-hmm. But she was the last one to give us a commitment, and worked really, really hard to get Grace to leave California and come this way. And then Z, we just call her Z Johnson, out of the Louisville area. She's a big guard. Now, she can take you down there and post you up. She has a strong body, and mid-range is her game, and she's just a joy to be around. And they all actually, with the exception of Bella, came on their recruiting visit the same weekend. And so I just thought, wow, that's great that they all want to play together.
Do you like having signing day during the season, or does that create challenges?
No, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
We're focused on the team, and recruiting is year-round. So, I mean, we'll sign these guys today, and then we're on the phone with underclassmen. Last weekend we had underclassmen on campus. It just never stops. The day itself or the week of signing, it's not any different. We're working and concentrating on our current team.
You mentioned, Grace mentioned the opportunity to play. I wanted to play for you at Baylor, but has the opportunity to play at LSU. I watched the documentary, I believe that Amazon did, and obviously Angel and Flau'jae were both so prominently featured in your program. How much have you found from the time you showed up here to now? Has the LSU brand helped you sell this program?
I have moved very few times in my career. Louisiana Tech, 19 years, such success there with Leon Barmore.
Sure.
Then go to Baylor for 21 years. You know the success we had there, 3 national championships, 20-something Big 12 titles, if you include the conference tournament. When I was at each of those institutions, I didn't know what we did not have in recruiting, because we just rolled our sleeves up and we went in and we sold our program specifically. When I came to LSU, I grew up 40 minutes up the road, so I knew what the brand was. I knew what a big institution it was. What I didn't ever experience was recruiting here, and it was very easy, quite honestly, to sell it, even though I inherited a program that had only won 9 games. I think, yes, certainly you can say my resume sells and gets us in the door somewhat, but LSU brand just really is an international brand, and it's not just one sport. And I think people just allowed us to come in their homes, and I remember this one in track, and I remembered this one when men's basketball, and it's just been honestly a joy. And then when you add the SEC to it, it's an attraction, and it's easy. It's easier, I guess I would say, than maybe at Baylor, private school, and then Louisiana Tech, is now kind of considered, a mid-major. So it's really been a lot of fun.
She's Kim Mulkey, inked the #1 class in the country today with 4 young ladies that'll be joining the purple and gold. Game 4 Friday at the Maravich Center against Murray State, 7 o'clock tip-off. You can hear it on our sister station, Talk 107.3 FM, so make sure you check it out or buy a ticket and go see the ladies play. 3-0 on the season. They've been impressive doing it so far. Coach, it's always our pleasure. Thanks for taking a couple of minutes today.
You're welcome. Have a good one.